If you ask somebody about me, they absolutely hate my guts, or he's the best person that I've ever met. So it's one or the other.
0 to 100.
Yeah, and that's
quick.
it, real quick. And that's usually how I do everything.
Yeah.
It's very cliche, but it's like, don't talk about it, be about it if you're going to do it. So
once you get over that barrier of like, and of course, like you kind of grew up in it a little bit more, over this hump of like, is that possible? I'm like, yeah, it is. And then once you do it, you're like, oh crap. Like, it's that I can figure it out gene.
For
you
sure.
know? And I think it is a gene a lot of times.
I think
but
it
also
is.
It can be learned in a lot of ways as well.
One day I think I saw a TikTok video and I'm like, nobody's doing that around here. Why aren't they doing that? Let's start a roll-off dumpster company.
Yeah.
A week later, we were East Texas picking up 3 dumpsters in a trailer.
Wow.
Every time I feel like I'm like buried at home and I'm sitting in the office at my house and I'm just, why am I doing this to myself? And then I'm like, you know what? This is what you asked for. Don't complain about a full plate when the plan was to eat. It's overwhelming at times and it's a lot. You got to work your face off in everything. I believe that, and I believe you should be the best at whatever it is. If you're cooking burgers, be the most badass burger cook at McDonald's or whatever you're doing. Like,
can you do a triple flip?
Yeah, you know, it's like whatever. I don't have any money. I can't do this. There's so many things that require zero overhead that you can provide a service for, and go do it.
Borrow your parents' lawnmower.
That's it.
And make money.
And go do it. Do you want to start a cleaning service? You want to fold laundry for somebody? Go to their house, wash their clothes, fold it, put it up.
Trade that time starting out.
And that's what it is. And you just have to swap that. But just eats me alive when people are, oh, must be nice. I got the same 24 hours you do, bro.
Well, thank you for tuning in to the slightly over-caffeinated, mildly underqualified Chronicles of West Texas Commerce and other grand delusions of self-employment. My name is Landon. I'm your host today. I have Jordan Sanchez on today. The big company he has is Sandco, which is doing commercial construction, but also has a bunch of like family business with some like boutiques, hardware and tire shop and auto stuff. Like the dude is busy. I mean, spinning up a dumpster delivery service just because it needed to happen. We talked about a lot of stuff from grit to entrepreneurship, to persistence, to patience. It was a really great conversation. I don't want to hold you any longer, so we're just going to jump straight into it. Yeah, tell me a little bit about your businesses.
So we do lots of different stuff. Main thing day to day is I help run our family business. It's 50 plus years old.
Yeah.
My grandparents started it a long time ago, and we just kind of grown, and we do several different things. Main thing's kind of a hardware store. We have auto parts. We do truck accessories, a gun shop. We have a lumber yard, a boutique. My mom runs and heads up that's attached. So it's about 24,000 square foot worth of worth of stuff going on. So
all in one kind of location?
One spot.
That's kind of cool.
We have pretty much that whole block there in downtown. So aside from that, I have the Sandco company, which kind of umbrellas, again, several different things we do. The main deal we started out with was construction. So I do renovations, remodels, additions, stuff like that. We also just started a dumpster delivery and cleanup company.
Yeah.
So we do the roll-offs and rent those, do cleanups, lot clearings. Then we added some equipment, some mini skids to do landscaping, anything, ditching, post hole digging, things like that for people.
Man.
What else? We have a development company. We do real estate investment, flip houses, few rental properties, trying to get rid of those because it's a headache, but mostly just fix and flips. And then about to kind of what I talked to you about the other day for some drone footage. We're going to start a development with the neighborhood, and that's going to kind of be the first one in winter since, I don't know, the most recent house I think was built in 99. So
wow.
Yeah, so it's going to be kind of a...
And is it just a population issue? Like there just hasn't been a lot of people moving? I think
there hasn't been a lot of people. That's kind of the biggest thing right now is just, and that's how all of these things started, it seems like, I learned a bunch of that from my parents, which is why we've acquired so many different things. It's because if there's a need here for something, nobody else is providing it. Usually it's us to step up to the plate and go, okay, we can do that,
Yeah, we can figure that out.
Yeah, we can figure that out. So, and housing is a big thing. There are some people moving in. There's not enough housing. There's not a big enough houses that are on the market. It's just, for the most part, we're pretty centrally located between Angelo, Abilene. Cost of living's pretty low.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a good deal. So
That's cool, man.
We'll see.
Was that land that you guys already had that you were wanting to develop? Or
Yeah, the actual landowner is kind of partners with me on this, and he wanted to do that because he saw that need too, and he also has a business there, and so we kind of teamed up on this and to try to fill that need. And luckily, I'd previously worked with a couple people that have done some of those developments in Abilene and some bigger setups, and learned a lot along the way. So
yeah, do you do that often for your different ventures? You kind of get connected with somebody who's kind of
so
done
like
it before?
usually that's what it is, like, is knowing people.
Yeah,
I could know somebody that does whatever.
Yeah, you got a guy for
yeah,
everything.
a guy. That's what she always says. My girlfriend's like, oh, you got a guy for that, or a girl. That's just kind of how it started. And mainly it was just from our store. I see so many people all day long, every day. And whether they're from town or not, they're there working on something, they're doing something outside of town, they bought a ranch there, whatever. It's just staying connected. My Rolodex is pretty deep. And that helps.
A lot of contacts on your phone.
That's helped a lot.
Yeah.
To getting to this point.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So you grew up kind of in an entrepreneurial family, it sounds like.
For sure, yeah. Since only thing I know, really.
Yeah.
My grandparents started that 50 years ago. I think they started with a little auto parts store and a tire shop, and it kind of just grew to auto parts. And then my dad bought it in '88. They were just going to close it down, and he's like, I can't let that happen. Shortly after that, he's actually my stepdad. I call him my dad. He had married me and my mom when we came as a package. Shortly after that, he had already owned that, and then he had bought the dry cleaners next door. It was a wedding present for my mom.
Oh, really?
That's what she wanted to do, was be in a 100-degree building doing dry cleaning. So
hang on. Yeah. This is not the normally requested wedding present. Did she ask for it?
No. And it's just like, he's like, well, I think we're going to buy this. And she's like, okay, this is new. Like, sure.
Okay.
Yeah. But same thing with her. She's always working. She's always busy. It matched. And it's just been things like that since then. We moved 3 different times. We're now in a location. We bought the building next to us. We added on, now have that whole city block that's ours.
Wow.
Between everything.
You got your own complex.
Yeah.
You also live in the middle of it. Yeah. You have castle walls around you.
I'm sure my mom would love that if we could, but yeah, it's kind of like just a compound. But
is that where you live? Is in Winters? Or
I do. Everything's right there close. So I actually live like 2 blocks away from my parents, and we're like 4 blocks from the
pretty
stores.
Tight.
So yeah, very, very close with family. Family's huge, super important.
I mean, it sounds like whenever you say my stepdad married me and my mom, we're a package deal. It sounds like you guys are pretty close.
Oh, for sure. So my real dad died when I was young, 6 months. Stepdad met my mom when she was going to college, actually at ASU. They met here, and just kind of happened. And he's literally the best thing that ever happened to us.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So, yeah, for sure.
Very cool. So you were talking about you guys always busy, always working.
Yeah, it's kind of been the thing. And ever since I was little, I always like to give my parents a hard time because my little brothers, I say, have it so much easier than me. But, it's a different time. But, they too smart to stay back and do what I did. One of them's got a master's and sells software and super successful, and the other one has a doctorate and he's a successful, PT in San Antonio. So they were meant for bigger things. But
I mean, I'm a big fan of business personally. That's why, obviously I got into it, but there's so many, I say this all the time, but I feel like the hit rate for ADHD in business owners is pretty high.
That checks out.
It's not just handle a lot of things going on. It's I have to have a lot of things going on at once.
Yeah.
I just talked to a guy who he was wanting to make some content and stuff for his roofing business. And he's like, called me. It's like, hey, I'm not trying to ghost you. I just happened to end up starting a gym / virtual golf thing. Wasn't expecting to, but I guess I'm starting that today.
Yeah.
I'm like, sure.
How does that happen? Yeah, absolutely.
It's like I had a buddy and said, I'm already doing it. So I was like, I guess I'm in.
Yeah. And that's usually how some of the stuff my girlfriend said. She's just like, I don't understand. Because one day I think I saw a TikTok video and I'm like, nobody's doing that around here. Why aren't they doing that? I could use it. I'm using that. Let's start a roll-off dumpster company.
Yeah.
A week later, we were East Texas picking up 3 dumpsters and a trailer.
Wow.
So it just kind of...
You have experience for like starting things. It
Absolutely.
seems like just 0 to 100.
Yeah,
real
and that's
quick.
it, real quick. And that's usually how I do everything.
Yeah.
It's very cliche, but it's like, don't talk about it, be about it if you're going to do it. So
once you get over that barrier of
Yeah.
like, and of course, like you kind of grew up in it a little bit
Sure.
more. Me,
Sure, so
my
that
mom was
helps.
an accountant,
Right.
you know, and she like held that job forever until GTE
Yeah.
closed down, turned into Verizon. And my dad had spent either a worship pastor or a teacher his entire life. And
Right.
so I'm like, I kind of came into entrepreneurship because of Gary Vaynerchuk and some influencers
My
and
man.
stuff, and kind of got over this hump of like, is that possible? I'm like, yeah, it is. And then once you do it, you're like, oh crap.
yeah,
It's that I can figure it out gene.
For
I mean,
sure.
I think it is a gene a lot of times.
I think
but
it
also
is.
it can be learned in a
Yeah.
lot of ways as well.
I think it could be helped, learned, and shaped. I think the majority of it is you're built like that or you're not.
Yeah.
Sometimes
I agree.
And sometimes you can teach some of those things, and sometimes you just can't. Not everybody wakes up hungry. You know, it's just it's one of those deals. It's scary if somebody doesn't used to it or isn't used to it. I spent years watching parents go, okay, well, let's figure it out. We'll do it. And it's just part of that deal. And
Wake up hungry. I like that a lot. I saw a saying similarly, probably on TikTok or something, but it's when I was really overwhelmed. The first year of my business was crazy. Of course, you first start with a service business. It's like, let me get leads, let me
Right.
talk to people I know already, and got to the point where I was really overwhelmed. But then I had to keep reminding myself, and from a TikTok I saw was, if you ask to eat, you can't complain when your plate is full.
yeah,
You know.
that's one of my favorite sayings. And that's what I tell her all the time. Every time I feel I'm like buried, you know, I'm like at home and I'm sitting in the office at my house and I'm just like, why am I doing this to myself? And then this is what you asked for. Don't complain about a full plate when the plan was to eat. That's what I'm doing. And it's overwhelming at times and it's a lot and you feel this isn't even worth it sometimes, but
When your phone battery dies just because your phone's ringing so much.
literally. And she's always, whenever we first got together, she's literally, from the time you open your eyes, it's, okay, answer this person, answer this person, answer this person.
Yeah.
Like I tap my phone screen and there's,
Yeah.
it's loaded up.
Yeah.
So
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's just something you get used to. I thrive in that and I love it. And it's just, I wouldn't change a thing about it.
You've obviously started a lot of things. Is there a point where you're like, bro, this isn't worth it anymore? Or has it always just been, you're just adding another plate that you're spinning?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I think prior, now I've kind of, I don't know that I have it figured out. I don't know that anybody ever has it figured out because it's constantly changing. But I think now I know how to maybe handle it better. There were times whenever I was first starting this out that, especially on my own, and I was putting a lot of time into that, and that was hard. Family life, my kid's mom, my ex-wife, that was just, it took a lot away from things. If you look through everybody, that's kind of the game.
Yeah.
You got to just go, okay, this is momentary and this is going to pay off and that's going to be beneficial for everybody later. It sucks right now. It sucks. But
It's a long game.
it is. Yeah, and that's what it is. You got to play the long game because if you're doing it for the short return, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
It won't.
I have this hoodie that Gary Vaynerchuk has, this V Friends thing, which is this
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of all of those. So I have a Patient Panda hoodie. It has patient really big.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever worn a hoodie with the word patient across it. You cannot be impatient in the TSA line.
Yeah.
If you're wearing that hoodie.
Yeah.
Learned that
That's
a
one
couple
thing I'm
times.
not as patient.
There's a certain level of hustle, right?
Yeah.
But it's a short-term micro, long-term macro.
Yeah.
Right? It's like the macro patience of, I'm willing to work on something for the big payoff
Yeah.
in 2 or 3 years versus just a short term,
Yeah.
let me get my money.
For sure. Most people in an entrepreneurial aspect kind of knows who that is, but Gary Vaynerchuk, that was probably one of the first people when I started years ago, before even he got really big, that was my go-to. And he's like, you got to eat shit for a little while. And that's the game.
I was looking for vloggers because I was at a very boring job. I was the entire art department at the screen printing place. And I just needed somebody who was interesting posting daily vlogs
Yeah.
on YouTube because I'd watch that and do graphic design at the same time. And I'm just glad I stumbled on him and got all of these because he really hits the soft skills
Yeah.
as well, like all the way through. And understanding all of that before you get to let me get my money is, are you a good person
Yeah.
first?
Yeah.
Like if you are, then like, I mean, he says karma's practical all the time, but
Yeah.
like, I think that is true. It's like when you put in good, you get good back.
Yeah, for sure. 100% believe that. He kind of hits a lot of things that resonate with me and like a lot of people, everybody, anybody who's on this journey. Matter of fact, in my closet, I have a sign I look at it every morning when I'm getting ready, and it's a big sign at the top, and it says hustle, verb, the most important word ever. And I believe that.
Yeah.
100%.
And people abuse the word hustle.
They do.
It's just hard work.
Yeah.
It's just work ethic.
It is. And you got to work your face off in everything. It's not even this. And whatever you're doing, I believe that. And I believe you should be the best at whatever it is. If you're cooking burgers, be the most badass burger cook at McDonald's or whatever you're doing. Like,
can you do a triple flip?
Yeah, you know, it's like whatever. But, you know, it's not great most of the time. You know, people see that and it's, you know, overnight success took 15 years.
Yeah.
You know,
100%.
Nobody sees the back end. So, and that's where a lot of it happens. A lot of the struggles happen. You know? Everybody wants the good. Nobody wants to go through the bad.
And honestly, like, that's one of the reasons I wanted to, not only just to get to know people, but to like start something like this, especially here in West Texas specifically. People here can understand you can make stuff.
Sure.
It's hard, but you can do it.
Absolutely.
I discount San Angelo all the time. It's tiny. Do they have a market for a podcast studio and all this stuff? And surprisingly, yes, it's getting, of course, San Angelo's usually 3 to 5 years behind. Don't argue with me. You know, it's true. Everything's like just now starting to understand podcasting, even sponsoring podcasting and things like that. So it's pretty interesting.
It is. Where I'm from, we're 2,500 people. We're way behind the curve.
About 2% of San Angelo.
Yeah, and that's another reason we kind of got to wear several different hats to provide everything that we want to provide. But it's been really good. I love my community, and it's been good to us. It's taking care of us.
Community's huge.
Huge. I believe it 100%.
I feel like something I'm learning a lot more lately is just having a group of guys who are all on a similar page, similar stages in life, just trying to figure it out, having that community aspect, because entrepreneurship's lonely, man.
It is. It is. But everybody's not built for it.
Pick your hard.
You tired of doing whatever and going to work and hating your job? Or do you want to work for yourself? You know, like I said on that text the other day, it's like we work 15 hours for ourselves instead of 8 for someone else. That's it. That's the drive. Pick your hard.
Yeah, you can either hate your job every day or you can just work your ass off every day.
It is. And that's so many people, they're like, oh, it's this. And they complain about their job. And I can't quit my job. Why? What's the worst case scenario? You go back to your job? It doesn't work out and you go back to your job. What's the worst case?
That's what did it for me.
Yeah.
I could always get another job.
You can get another job. You can. It's just whatever you want to do. And again, it's not everybody's built for it. Same thing about Gary Vee. He talks about work-life balance and everything else. And the guy that's making $35,000 a year and he has one vacation in the summer with his family and he's home every night and loves it. And there's millionaires that are miserable, and you just have to find where you're at.
You gotta be honest with yourself. Reverse engineer what you actually care about, what you actually want to do.
Right.
Especially on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So much of our life is given to work.
Yes.
You might as well enjoy it.
That's it.
You know.
Monday's my favorite day of the week. I love it. And it's just kind of from that video clip again from him. He's like, why would you spend the majority of your life, however much of your life, 15% are Mondays, why would you give that away because you're like, well, it's Monday. I hate today. No, it's him. He's like, Sunday night, I'm putting my jersey on. I'm ready.
100%. That guy, Gary, I mean, I don't know if you saw, I have podcast puffs.
Oh, nice.
That's signed.
Yeah, right on. Right on.
I won that. He was streaming on Twitch and then was just randomly give stuff away all the time. Guy was big on the trying to get free stuff from him.
Nice.
He's got a lot of stuff. Tell me a little bit about what you have going on right now that you're kind of working on the most.
Just everything, really. The construction stuff has been crazy busy. Super blessed in that aspect and just continues to kind of grow. And that's kind of another thing that you don't really prepare for or think about is when you do get to that point where it's, okay, it's time for growth. I was at a point where I was maxed out because I wanted to do everything. I'm taking payments, I'm sending estimates, I'm doing invoices, I'm going to check on stuff. I was being sloppy on a bunch of those other things because nobody could do it like I could, you know.
That's rude to say to me right now at this stage.
Yes, and that's the thing, you know, and it's just like Sam, and she's kind of witnessed it and kind of taken an initiative. She's taken that off my plate. Hey, I'm emailing them. I'm put this in a spreadsheet. Before, I was calculating payments on a little piece of paper that I was writing down in a folder, and she's like, let's separate this out. Yeah. You know, so that's helped a bunch. So I'm trying to learn to, like, there are some people that can help. They can do it. You don't have to try to do everything. And that's another key whenever in entrepreneurship, and I've same thing, seen it with our family business, is the people that you surround yourself with, employees, people that work for you, whatever, is crucial to getting there. Crucial. And on the family business, the guy that's been there the longest has been there 37 years.
Wow.
Next guy's 15. Next guy's 12.
Wow.
And that's a big thing to us. You take care of the people that take care of you.
Man. So delegation's been a huge piece.
Huge piece right now.
Yeah.
Before it was just like, I can do it all. Where we're at, especially since we're expanding into several different things, I'm having to learn. You can't do 20 things at once.
Yeah.
You can't. And then you start struggling in other things. That's a big part.
A big unlock for me was hiring an editor for podcasting.
Yeah.
And just outsourcing a lot of the grunt work.
Yeah.
So I was like, I can do it.
Yeah.
But you kind of get over that hump of, oh, nobody can edit a podcast like me.
Like
it's
I
like,
can.
Come on.
No, I get it. And that was kind of me. It was just, when finally you have to go, okay, this is what it's going to require for growth. So you got to kind of let go of that a little bit.
So what's your role look like in all the different pieces? Is it mostly big decision-making, direction?
Decision-making, putting out fires, problem solving. I'm a glorified scheduler for the most part. It's things like that. Again, because we do so many different things, the people that I have are super great. The guy that kind of heads up my construction stuff, I don't have to babysit. I don't have to hold hands. He only calls me when he's like, this is your call. Otherwise, I don't hear about it. He fixes it. He handles it. Man, that's it.
That's valuable.
And it's huge. It's huge. So that's been a big part, and really probably the only reason I can do all the different things I can do is having the right people in place that just do their job and do it good. When you're not having to go back and redo what somebody else is already doing, it saves so much time. And you can focus on the things that you need to focus on.
Yeah, you can focus on growth.
Yeah, that's it. And where you need to go next and what needs to be handled, and not, hey, what do you want to do about this? Hey, what do you want to do about this? What do you want to do about this? I don't know.
Yeah.
So I would say to anybody that the people that you have are worth their weight in gold. If you have good ones, figure out whatever you got to do to keep it.
Man, I've been working on this concept of signal to noise ratio. Steve Jobs talked about it.
Yeah,
I've heard.
I saw a little bit on that.
Yeah, Kevin O'Leary got a clip going around, Diary of CEO kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But every morning going through and be like, where's the signal and where's the noise?
Yeah.
Because it's all, if I don't literally write it down on paper, everything's noise.
Yeah.
I'll get stuck editing some marketing videos for that was my Wednesday. This really long video that was important and it's good.
Yeah.
And it's good marketing materials, but it's like, okay, we could have wrapped this
a
little bit sooner if we had done our little signal to noise paper thing. I feel like I can imagine having more than one company. Yeah. And having to know where the signal is.
Yeah, and it's hard sometimes. And it's just like the way my brain works, it's just like I'll get started on something and I'm like, oh, I got to go do this. Or halfway through, I'll stop and go do this. It's hard to process all that. Yeah. So that's what I started doing. It's just writing it down. I'm like, okay, today, this is what I need to handle. These whatever things. That's what I need to handle and focus on. Because if not, I'll be all over the place. But it's a juggling act, and it's learning how to do it, and it's.
And I feel like you grow into it as well.
You do, and it's like, I hate to say get used to it, or you never want to get comfortable or complacent in this game because somebody else will take over. I feel like you always have to be on the kind of what's next, what do we do, where do we go, and it's kind of always been my thing. And it's just like some people are like, well, you're never satisfied with anything. You're doing this. This is so good. Why is this? Why do you need more? That's the way I'm built. That's what it is. I don't want to settle for this. And
the way my mentality literally in the last week has shifted based on that exact concept. It's before I started the business, I would get obsessed with every single detail about even just a video, editing the video perfectly and getting it to at least 95% good, which is for video content specifically. The first hour you can get to 70% pretty fast.
Yeah.
Then it takes an hour to go from 70 to 80, and then just like anything else, and then 80 to 90 is like 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then 90 to 95 is like 4 hours.
Yeah. The details.
It's like all those really tiny things that is mostly imperceptible. So when I started the business, I was like, I got to be good with 80. I got to just crank stuff out.
Yeah.
And then coming back around, one thing, Chris and I had a conversation about this, wanting to put your name on it.
Yeah.
And saying he had a review that was like, you get more than what you pay for with Struby Land Services
Yeah.
because he would like sit and chat for an hour after the job was done, quadruple check.
Yeah.
You would chat and almost have to be like, okay, making sure, do you see anything else out here that you want me to fix real quick?
Right.
And realizing that that's his differentiating factor.
Right.
Is his quality of work.
For sure.
And I need to communicate that I can do this level of video editing and not just like the average podcast
Right.
or whatever, where it's just multicam and
Right.
it is good, and like cameras and mics
Sure.
and everything are good, but taking it that next step above and beyond makes
you got to
a
separate
difference.
yourself too. If everybody can do that, that's fine. And customer service, I think, is huge in whatever aspect. If it's this and you're taking care of people and you want to put out the best content and you want to do whatever, and that's kind of what I learned from my parents. Again, you take care of people. And I'm not the cheapest. I won't be. And I'll tell people, they're like, well, I don't know, can I get a, and I'm just going to say, I'm not the cheapest person. I won't be the cheapest. I'll be the best.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take care of it. And I can't hide. I hear so many horror stories of people, well, I gave so-and-so $5,000 and then I never seen him again. I can't do that. I'm Main Street,
That's
Winters,
frustrating.
Texas, from here to here. I'm not hiding from anybody.
Yeah.
I don't get that to do that. I got to look those people in my face. I go to church with those people. My kids play sports with those people's parents. I have to look everybody in the eyes every day. And I'm going to give them the best quality that they can get and be unapologetic about it.
Be unapologetic about it. I like that.
Yeah. I'm a little loud and flashy sometimes, and sometimes this doesn't always agree with everybody, but man, that's me.
It's authentic.
That's it. I can't water myself down, because if I do, then you're not getting the best version. So,
like that.
Yeah, that's it. You can take it or leave it. So I tell most people, they either, if you ask somebody about me, they absolutely hate my guts, or he's the best person that I've ever met. So it's one or the other. And you're never going to please everybody.
I grew up as a pastor's kid, and that was a hard lesson to learn, was you can't please everybody.
Yeah,
and
I
not
can
that I was
imagine.
like active. I wasn't told, you got to stay in line. It was just like,
Sure, that
an
comes along with
intuitive.
the gig. You just
you got to be everybody's friend.
and you got to act this way, and you got to make sure you don't do this, and
Yeah.
yeah,
And just
You
kind
gotta-
of growing into it, realizing like, yeah, I can be a person. I can just have the thing. I can like the things I like. I can like, deathcore music and space tattoos
Yeah.
and be kind of weird and have long names for podcasts.
Yeah.
And
yeah. I kind of learned that somewhere along the way too, and I think everybody does. Because at first you want to make everybody happy, right? Like that's your thing. You want to, even if that means like whatever to yourself, you want to make everybody happy. You have to fit in this mold, and that was kind of a big thing when from being from a small town. You got to kind of play the game a little bit. I remember being little, and if you were doing good, everybody wants you to do good, just not better than them, right? So if you were doing good, it was just like, oh, they're charging too much, they're doing this, they're doing that. I remember twice my mom bought the same color Suburban, because she got a new one and wanted my dad was like, can we just move the plates over so nobody knows
wow.
And it was like that. At some point, you just have to go, this is what it is. That's it. Well, you can't, if you're going to stay in this box, there's no room for growth.
Especially if it's a box somebody else put you in.
That's it. You can't let somebody dictate how far you can grow.
I can imagine in San Angelo it feels like that. It feels small. I mean, it takes
Yeah.
15 minutes to get anywhere. But in 2,500 people.
Yeah. It's like under a microscope.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of what
You
I
literally know everybody.
Literally. So that's kind of what I remember from my childhood. It always just felt like, can't do this, can't do that. Got to make sure we do this. And me being me, the complete polar opposite of my brothers. I don't play by the rules, kind of push boundaries. Someone tells me you need to do it this way, I'm going to do it the exact opposite, just out of sheer principle.
You get nods over there.
Yeah. So I kind of ruffled some feathers through there. So, but
Doing it your way.
that's it. Always will.
And you're going to find your crowd as you go, right? And that's what I'm learning too, is I'm not going to be everybody's friend or everybody's cup of tea or anything like
You
that.
won't be. You won't ever be. This game or life in general, you're not going to please everybody.
No, you can't.
No, you can't.
And if you do, you lose yourself along the way.
Don't be what everybody else wants you to be. There's already too many people doing that.
For part of my workflow, I'm working on systems and like SOPs, like all of this kind of stuff just for my little media business.
Yeah.
I assume you probably have to when you're spinning up a business, saying we're going to do dumpster rentals and stuff, that you have to have like a workflow for everything. Has that been, or is it still pretty like
kind
my
of
inbox is just crazy?
Yes. And it's just like, and just like most of the shit I do, it's fly off the cuff, so it's just like, I should have a way I do things in a, whatever. And when I was doing commercial construction for a buddy of mine for a little while, that was big. It was processes and procedures and what do you do in this thing? And I just have learned from everything that I do that they're not all going to fit that mold. I can't. You could ride out and plan as much as you want, and I guarantee you 90% of the time it doesn't go how you need it to go. So my dad running to go do this, take a dumpster, go drop one off. I have one of the guys at the store, hey, can you go run down there, take this? And, there's not one person doing everything.
Yeah.
So, or a specific task. It's just kind of,
hey, we got something.
Yeah, we got something. We just need to handle it when we need
this
to.
Person.
Yes.
Here,
hey,
you go do
what
that.
are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, you got anything going on? Okay, I need you, please.
Yeah.
So, and that's also been super good. And one of them's been my childhood best friend, since I was 6 years old, that he works for us and at the store. Day or night, I'm like, hey, it's 9 o'clock. I'm like, you come help me do this real quick? He's like, yes, I'll be there in a minute. It's not his favorite thing, but literally I could call him at any point, and he's like, fine, let's go do it.
Yeah.
So, it's just good, again, just have good people in your corner in anything. It doesn't even have to be business, just makes life in general better.
The common saying is you're the sum of your closest 5 people.
Yeah.
It's pretty typical. If your closest 5 friends are not anywhere you want to be in the future, then it's just going to hold you back.
Yeah, for sure.
That's something I'm learning a lot right now. And that's why I'm trying to be a lot more intentional. Something about getting into year 2 of my business, just being like, all right, I survived for 24 months.
Yeah.
Meaning my wife paid our mortgage on time
24
times in a row. The beginning, it was real rough.
Yes.
And eventually I started making enough money to contribute more.
Yeah. And that's the stat. I don't even remember what it is exactly, but in the first 12 to 18 months, that's when most people lose it. Well, that's the most crucial time. It's like, let's make or break. You pass that point, and like you said, you're on the 2-year mark, like you got it now. Like get traction and
I got something.
Yeah. And, but, if you were, I'm not going to say it's always the case, but your highest chance to fail, you've already passed.
Yeah. That's encouraging.
Yeah. So that was the biggest part. Anything from here on out, it's okay.
Yeah.
You've got over that hump, I think.
I'm just trying to beat inflation every year, which is harder and harder as the years go by.
That's it.
In the 2020s. Jeez. So why don't you tell me what you have going on that you're trying to promote more than anything else? Is it the dumpster business? Is it the construction? Is it all just running?
It's kind of running. It's just everything, it's just all gas, no brakes, everything. I'd like to get the construction company out there more and get more dumpster rentals and cleanups and the machine going and doing some small dirt work and landscape and stuff. And you talked to Struby and kind of teamed up with him and kind of tearing the surface on expanding his area and him helping me on the dirt side of things, land clearing, roadways, things like that. So got very intrigued in that kind of space here lately. So that's been a big thing. But
yeah, it's interesting tell me a little bit about that you and Chris are kind of developing together. Is it more of like a partnership, or is it just like, hey, and it's you scratch your back, I'll scratch yours? Yeah,
and kind of that thing. And I think I've come to find out that's kind of a big thing in everything. Help me, I'll help you as much as I can. And wherever anybody's lacking, I try to do that, and I try to help everybody. Even if I don't have anything to gain from it, if I can help somebody's small business and be like, put them onto something.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how it started. I had somebody bring to me this program that would help out landowners for clearing and things like that, and kind of took it to Struby, and I was like, hey, heads up, don't know if you've seen this. I see you're kind of kicking up. You're doing it right now. Like, maybe this will help take it up a notch if you don't know about it. And he's like, oh, God, great. Thanks. That's kind of how I got started. And like I said, I've been intrigued in that space and wanted to get into it. And I'm like, I could drum up the work. I know enough people I could drum up the work if you want to tackle that, if you want to take that on. If not, cool. just opportunity. And he's like, no, hell yeah. He's like, let's do it.
He's hustling right now, man.
And that's it. And I love it.
Yeah.
And the same thing, like you recognize that in somebody else and you're like, I want to do whatever I can to help that.
Yeah.
Because we need more of that.
Yeah.
Everywhere. If you do that and help somebody else out, that's huge. Even no upside or return for yours, if you can do that for somebody else, because I just remember several people doing that for me. I had a couple friends that I don't hardly ever speak to anymore, but showed me things about real estate, showed me things about construction. One of them had a big commercial construction company, big development in Midland. Other one still has a big real estate company in East Texas and locally, and they helped me learn a lot of stuff, and they put me in contact with people that I probably wouldn't know otherwise, and had been super beneficial to my business and helping other people. Even if I couldn't use it, be like, hey, I know this guy, he's in your space, or he could help your space, or whatever. I would say contacting people and networking and just knowing the right people is huge. Just knowing somebody can impact your business tenfold. It's nuts. Everybody that you could get in contact with or do or expand your reach on it's just going to help you later.
Is that mostly just being within the community that's come about for you, or has it been something intentional that you're reaching out to make those connections more?
I think at first it wasn't intentional. It was just kind of organic, and it happened, and at some point a light clicked, and you're like, oh, this has helped because I was put in contact with this or whatever else. So, but now it's super intentional about knowing people. If I can help somebody, I want to do that. If they can help me do something, I want to do that. Especially super small companies, people getting started, people that aren't sure how to navigate certain things. And I'm by no means a professional on how to do that. I kind of just wing it. But it's something that does take some getting used to. And if you don't know about it, sometimes it helps for someone to be like, hey, I'm going to save you a bunch of trouble. Don't do this, this, and this. Let me show you whatever. And that's huge.
Yeah.
Because that costs money and time. And those two are super important when you're an entrepreneur.
Because you got neither.
Yeah.
When you first started.
Yes. If you could save yourself a 1-year learning curve because somebody helped you out on something is huge.
That's huge.
Yeah. So I think that's a big thing, is knowing people.
Yeah, that's crucial. Community is just for humans, it's extremely important just for mental health and the whole 9 yards. We said entrepreneurship can be really lonely a lot of times, which is why I work in a co-working space.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I
wouldn't see anybody.
My wife and toddlers. Yeah. That's all I would have outside of clients.
Yeah.
And thankfully, in a co-working space like this, you have a lot of other entrepreneurs who are also pretty creative.
Yeah.
I feel like creativity is kind of a baseline for entrepreneurship, because you have to say, like, one, I can figure it out, which is extremely creative, but two, I can figure it out in a way that I can make work. So you're taking so many factors and melding them all together. But having that in my immediate vicinity at an open desk with all these other people around has been so much better. I mean, I wish we had windows.
Yeah. Would help. Little daylight would be crucial.
I keep talking to Seth about that. He keeps telling me I can't knock a hole in the wall, which is very rude.
I mean, we could probably figure that out. Somewhere.
Put like a tube, just like PVC pipe.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Through. No, that's been huge as far as just maintaining my sanity, but also in the co-working space, I've had people walk up and be like, hey, you do this? Yeah. Oh, cool. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Like, actually got work just existing in this space, which is that's a hack I recommend to anybody. Is if you are doing something solo, try to work around other people who are doing something similar. And like, there's other media companies that I work next to, and you just can't. For me, it's not a zero-sum game when it comes to a lot of business. I understand if you get the Chamber of Commerce gig and I don't get it, then I'm annoyed. I've never been competitive in my life except for with business.
Yeah,
I never cared about anything else. And now I'm competitive, but at the same time, I have to be like, good for you.
Yeah.
Like, on the field, I'm competitive, but off the field, I'm going to shake your hand and we can grab a drink afterwards.
And that's it, man. There's literally what I've learned in everything that even I do. I'm not the only one doing it. There is plenty of work for everybody.
Yeah.
For everybody. There's enough to go around. Cheer on people that are killing it, whatever they do. If it's something even you're doing, there's another guy in town that's doing construction. When he's doing big job or something, I'm like, badass, crush it, super cool.
Yeah.
And you have to, because if not, I spent so long being kind of miserable and eating up with it because I'm just like, Why are they doing that? Why did they get that? It'll eat you alive if you let it.
It's like you're drinking poison hoping it hurts the other person.
Yeah, and it's not.
Yeah.
It's just kind of crushing you. You put that out there and given what you get back, it's just be happy for them.
That perspective makes such a huge difference,
yeah.
especially just trying to maintain a positive mindset. Like, if that's something that you can get a hold of earlier rather than later,
Oh, for sure.
I think it's a powerful force.
Yeah, because I spent years where it's like, it's nearly crippling if you're so bitter about everything. Feel like I was constantly fighting everybody or everything I'm like, for what?
Yeah.
For what? It's so much better if you just sit back and you're like, all right, cool. You cheer for the people that are doing good, and that's going to come your way too.
I didn't think it would be my favorite part about business, but my favorite part is the accountability of it's on me.
Yeah.
If I want another client, it's on me.
Nobody's coming to save you.
No. It's if I don't get a gig, it's on me. I didn't, communicate the value in the right way.
Right.
Or I didn't know what the value was. And all this stuff that now that I'm kind of breathing
Yes.
for the first time, being like, oh.
Yes. But
That's what
all
that
those
was.
are crucial learning points through the whole thing, and that's how you adapt, and that's how you get better, because you're like, missed the mark on that one. Okay, I know next time it's not it. Then on the opposite side of that, when you make it, you land something big, you do something big, you absolutely crush it, you're like, that's because of me.
Yeah.
No one put that in there. No one got that for you. You went and got it.
Man, I want my kids to have lemonade stands, whatever it takes growing up, so that they get that. There's so much self-confidence there.
There is.
To say, oh, I did that.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be pride. It doesn't have to be haughty. It's just, I am capable.
Mm-hmm.
And I can say words and make money, which is it feels like magic. It's like you start a service business. That's what it's like. I have a camera and I can talk and I can communicate that value, and other people will pay me.
And that's it.
It's crazy.
It is. And especially right now, the whole internet space is insane.
Dude.
There's 10-year-olds on YouTube making $20 million a year.
You can get in your head on that so quick. And
You're
like,
you can go down a whole rabbit hole, but it's like when people are like, I just can't make it. I don't know. I can't do this. I'm like, that's on you.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not making enough money. Start a side hustle. I don't have any money. I can't do this. There's so many things that require zero overhead that you can provide a service for and go do it.
Borrow your parents' lawnmower.
That's it.
And make money.
And go do it. Do you want to start a cleaning service? You want to fold laundry for somebody? Go to their house, wash their clothes, fold it, put it up.
Trade that time starting out.
And that's what it is. And you just have to swap that. But just eats me alive when people are, oh, must be nice. I got the same 24 hours you do, bro. Either go get it or don't.
It's that reverse engineering as well. There's this thing I'm starting to study more and more that's called your brand story. And it's a framework in order to kind of get your end goal, right? So it's you start from the back end. You say, what do I want to happen? Okay, world domination, whatever it is. What do I want to happen? Okay, what do I have to be known for that to happen? What do I have to do to be known for that? And what do I have to learn to do to be known for to have it? As I'm studying this more and more, that's the easiest framework to say, oh, I just have to learn something. I just have to know what to learn. And that's where strategy comes into play. Everybody has limited resources. We all have the same 24 hours. Some of us have more capital than others, but with the internet today, you can figure it out.
Everything.
I've graduated from YouTube University several times.
Absolutely. I mean, everybody. It's just you have so many resources at your fingertips for whatever you want to do. For the fact that somebody can't go do something or won't, it's just lazy.
Yeah, and I think there is a mental barrier there because I think the world tells us that as well. Yeah. It's saying, oh, you can't do it. That's the default is you need to graduate high school, get a degree, work for a big company. It's like what everybody's told.
That's the norm.
That you need to do. And now it's like.
I mean, 90% of them when you're talking to high school seniors, you're like, what are you going to do after this? Or most people don't even ask that. They're like, oh, well, what college are you going to? Mm-hmm. Not everybody's going there.
Yeah.
We touched on that a little bit, and that's kind of a big thing for me is, especially in my community, lots of other smaller communities, there's not a lot of nuclear physicists coming out of, Winters High School. Love them, but there's just not. But what there are is there's lots of hardworking kids, lots of smart kids that doesn't necessarily have to do with book knowledge, and they can go out and just crush it in some trade, in some form that doesn't require a college education with zero debt, get paid to learn their skill, and at some point make a 6-figure salary.
Have a good life.
Have a good life.
Be able to have a family if you want it. Be able to have a cool
You don't have
car if you want it.
$200,000 in student loans that you're trying to pay back, making $40,000 a year because you were supposed to go to college and work in an office building.
I've heard this before, and I do think at a certain level, some people are just tricked. Some people are just fooled into it.
So.
To say, like, to not really think outside the box. It's saying, here's the path, do this. Because I went back to ASU after a 10-year break.
Yeah.
The third year in, I was like, this degree is not going to do anything for me. It's fine. I'm going to go see if I can get a job without it. And I literally got a design job without a design degree. But I went back and I was like, one, it was just a personal goal of mine, just to finish what I start.
Sure.
But two, it was like, well, I do think like I would have more. No, I didn't have any more opportunities after that because my biggest opportunity was myself.
Yep.
So if you can bet on yourself and again, it's the accountability of I have to figure it out.
That's it. Double down. Yeah. And there's nothing else like that, knowing that you have to. There's no other choice. Yeah. So, and that's huge. And again, talking about that, and without a degree, I'm a firm believer in it's who you know and not what you know. There's been lots of times that I've probably passed up other people for things that were way more qualified than I was, and somebody took a chance on me because somebody else went to bat for me, and they're like, no, this is your dude.
Yeah.
I think that's huge.
Those people are catalysts.
For sure.
They really are.
Yeah. And because, again, somebody did that for them. Somewhere along their way, somebody did that for them.
You got me thinking. There's one guy who was kind of that for me. It was Adrian Soto. I don't know if you know. He owns Senor Chang's. Great guy. He's very entrepreneurial. He has Senor Chang's and the Gentleman's Salon, and he always has an idea. Yeah. I'm like, he's always like, hey, what do you think about this? And I'm like, I eventually got to the point I was like, yeah, let me know when you order those craps tables, and then we'll talk.
Yeah, just whatever.
I'll tell you what cameras to get so you can live stream it, Adrian. But he was that guy for me. We're hanging out a little bit. Went out for lunch one day over at Cielo's. And it was like, hey, this is what I think I want to do. I think I want to start my own business. I've always wanted a podcast. Let's do it. Yeah. I think he was technically my first client. Yeah. They were doing a fantasy football type podcast, which was great. Yeah. You do it again, Adrian. It was fun. But you need that person. Yeah. And sometimes that person is Gary Vaynerchuk. Yeah. Sometimes that person's Alex Hormozi.
Yeah. And maybe it's not somebody you know, but there's somebody that resonates with you and speaks to you and that hits you in the gut, and you're like, all right.
And your social media diet's huge for that. Yes. But thinking about how my entire feed was entrepreneurship, which is one of the reasons I was able to kick myself in the ass and get started. Right. So if your feed is all BS, then it's going to be so much hard. That's the same thing with your circle of 5 friends. Yeah. Your FYP is the same thing.
Yes. Yes. If you put in all that positivity, all that reinforcement, somebody telling you to work your face off, you really don't have another choice. You're like, absolutely.
At a certain point, you have to. And the way Alex Hormozi says is the pain of, maybe it wasn't him, but the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain of change. Yeah. Right? It's like, it is too painful for me to stay at this job at this point. I have to do something different. And then you're like, okay, cool. I'm over the motivation to learn, motivation to figure it out, all of that.
Yeah. And that's my thing. You know, I want to look back and be like, you're doing the same shit you were doing 5 years ago. Mm-hmm. I'm just not built that way.
Yeah.
So,
do you have anything else on your mind that you want to kind of get out there after this is all edited and stuff? And gonna make some clips and put all that stuff out.
Anybody that's scared, worrying about entrepreneurship, they have it and they're thinking about it and they don't want to take the leap, just do it. Do it. You can. If you need help, reach out to somebody. Even if it's me, I don't know everything. I can't tell you exactly how to do it in whatever your space is, but I can try. I can help. I can see if I know somebody that does that in any way. I mean, it goes for you. If there's anything I can do to help in any of that, let me know. I want to.
Another one for me was, I like saying this a lot, when's the best time to plant a tree? 20 years ago.
That's it.
When's the second best time? Today.
Right now.
I would have wished I started my business 10 years ago. That would have been 10 years ahead. It would have been 12 years instead of 2.
It's one of those deals. You just got to haul off and do it.
Yeah. Dude.
You'll thank yourself later.
100%. Well, thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Thanks for hanging out.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me, man. It's been fun.
For sure. We'll probably do it again. I'm not going to lie.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Absolutely.
Thanks, dude.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Well, thank you for listening to the slightly overcaffeinated, mildly underqualified Chronicles of West Texas Commerce and Other Grand Delusions of Self-Employment. My name is Landon. If you will do me a huge favor, like, subscribe, leave a comment about the thing that stood out to you the most. Jordan's amazing for hanging out and just telling his story and honestly just being a huge motivator to say, go do it. Go get it done. You have the capability to do the thing that you're wanting to do. Go do it. And I feel like I need to go, conquer the world right now because that was a blast. Thanks for listening. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, all the nice things. We'll be back with another one next week.